Good evening, ladies and gents. Ace here. So I got some footage to go over here. Got a small family of Sasquatch here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the brightness up a little bit. Um, I'm going to turn the sharpness and the definition up a little bit. Turn a little bit of the brightness up. Then we'll get to looking at the photo here real quick. Turn some of that exposure down. So this was recorded late at night, and this family was moving through the property. Um, but I guess I'll go to markup real quick and show you. So the adult, one of the adults is standing right here, and its eyes are like back in there. Here's his nose and its mouth is right there. Okay, the second adult. Actually, I'm not so sure this is an adult. This one could possibly be a juvenile. And the reason why I say that is because it's not as big as the other Sasquatch. You can see its eyes right here, its nose, its mouth. And what's funny about this is you'll see his arm is leaning back like that, and you can see he's got his hand right here covering up the eyes of this little juvenile that's right here. You can see the juvenile's little eyes right there. So they know when that light hits that juvenile that it's going to reflect a bunch of light, but it's going to reflect a bunch of light. So the adult or the juvenile or the older juvenile is reaching back here to block his eyes from shining. Probably because that baby doesn't quite have control of its nocturnal eye slits yet, and sometimes they have a hard time regulating it, right? And it looks like there could be another little juvenile right here. I'm not real sure on that one, but they're well hidden in there, just covering, concealing, and sitting in the bush. Now, there's also another little Sasquatch right here that you see. He's, I don't know if he's a different race or what. This one might even be one of those little hobbit-sized Sasquatches, but he's laying out here, probably on a little tree branch. And you can see his head right there, and you can see his eye right there, and his other eye's back over here somewhere. But he's got real short arms that seems pretty well proportionate to his body, and then you see his foot right there. All right. Now, see what happens is that those little Darrow hybrid Sasquatches that grow in the marsupial pouches of the adults, once they start growing of age, they lose their ability to glide. And and this is about the size of them that when they start getting some height on them and stuff. And I would say that that's what this one is he's probably just lost his gliding wings probably not that long ago, and he's still light because he's laying on some leaves there. Looks like that's just a small branch holding him up uh, with leaves. He doesn't weigh hardly anything. It don't look like. And And it looks like there might even be another little Sasquatch right here. He's tinted green. Here's his legs. And right here's his head. Right, there's his eyes. And you can see his little arm reaching down right there. Right. I would say that's what these little guys are probably last year's gliders or whatever they are. I really don't know. The thing is I'm learning on these guys myself, and so it's a work in progress learning about these littler guys. Um, but you know, I'm probably a little bit wrong on the time and all that stuff, but it's about as a rough estimate as I can get, and hopefully, the more I can study them, the more I can get accurate on that. So we'll see. There's definitely two little beings right there. One there, one there, possibly one there, and then the two up here. Yeah, pretty good find. They're just stacked in there, so well hidden, you know. Here's the guy peeking around the tree here. You can see he's got uh, he's got one eye there and here. There's his nose, his mouth. And then there is this uh, one up here at the top, right here. You can see his eyes there. He kind of looks like an alien gray, which I'll show you another footage of him here in a minute. Um, I'm not saying that he is an alien gray. His head is just, uh, it looks bald, you know. And then over here looks like a little juvenile that's on the back of this one here, sitting on his back. And you can see his little face there. See his nose and his mouth. See his nocturnal shade lens on his eye there. See that? Got a lot of hair on him. But he's on the back of this guy. Okay. Let me see here. I'll move on to the next couple photos before we get to the video. Okay, so this one we can see a little bit better zoomed in. Let me go to the edit here. And he's not an alien gray, because you can see his fur right there, right? It's black. His dark fur, like so. Then you see his eyes there. He's got large pupils. Right. Looks like his jawline might go down even to there. So that's a little bit better image of him. You can see him there, well hidden, covered and concealed. Yeah, his teeth are down here. I'm sorry, I had his teeth wrong. Right, and his nose is like right there somewhere. I'll try to see if I can get a better footage of him. That's where he's at, which you'll see him in the video moving. Okay, this is him more squared away looking at me. The larger pupils there. That's the one down front. You can see his teeth there. Let's see here. There's one back in here. You start to see his face there. And he's got a little juvenile on his head, you can see. So the head is like, the head kind of goes like this, and you see a little juvenile sitting right there. You can see the eyes. There's the mouth. They just get back in the shadows and they hide so well. But you can see him there a little bit. Up here is that one barely looking over the branch there at me. See that? Now you can see he's got his nocturnal shade lens completely withdrawn there. And you can see his, look how tiny his little pupil is right there that he's zoomed in looking at me with. So he's got it completely focused on me. And he's just out of the light where he don't have to have his nocturnal lens on at all to help break the light up. And then you can see his other eyes right there just looking over that branch at me. See that? Just phenomenal. And then it looks like there might even be a little juvenile right here glancing over his head, you know, just to its left there, out of the way. But yeah, that's the one that I said kind of looked like an alien gray. That's him right there. It's not an alien gray. It's just he was so well covered and concealed that I couldn't see his fur. But yeah, that's him. Check him out. Unbelievable, man. I wish I could catch him out in the open. Then look at this one up top here. Look at these guys. So this Sasquatch here, there's two of them here that you can see up here. You got this one here is most likely a little hobbit squatch or an older, maybe a little bit older juvenile. I'm not real sure. But you can see he's got his nocturnal shade lenses there. This eye's not, though. You can see his nose and his mouth. And then here's one right here that's partially breaking up his silhouette using that tree. Right? You see his eye right there. Right, a little family of them, because here's another little juvenile right here. This is probably like a smaller size Sasquatch family. There's a couple of different races of them that's in this tribe. And they all serve a little different function in the tribe. But yeah, they're just well covered and concealed, and they both got little babies on their head there. Just amazing. So these are just still images off the video that I've just took still images of them so I could actually draw them out for you before I turn the video on. And right here's a larger adult right here. I've seen this guy several times. There's two larger adults right here. The first one is right here, and you can see his eye right here. Here's his conical head like that. And his nose is like that. And his mouth, this is his nose. His mouth down there somewhere. His other eye's right there. And then you got a giant. These two here are both most likely the mid-sized giants. And then the giant is right here. His forehead, his head is massive. All right. You can see his nocturnal shade lens there. Well, no, his eyes are just deep. He's probably got just a large, thick cranium because you can see his pupil in there. We're going to zoom in a minute. See the flared nose in his mouth. All right. So, get in here and take a look at him real quick. Look at that eyeball there. My cat's hacking up in there. Sorry about that. But you can see his eye there. Look at that. Look at that eyeball. Look at his nose. I'd like to clean this up a little bit and maybe get a little bit sharper image on it. Just a moment here. So I have an hour-long video, but every time I go to load it, the volume is not loading with it. So I'm probably going to have to break the video up and then try to load it onto the channel. So I know I said I was going to have it up on the channel today by noon, but I tried to load it and it wouldn't load. So hopefully I can get it on there in the next day or so. If I have to, I'll break it down into segments. So yeah, look at that. They just stack up so well and they're so hard to see. Um, Very intelligent beings. Um, Here's one behind a tree there. You can see he split his face down the middle of that tree using cover and concealment. I think there might be another one right there. But anyways, yeah, I want to work this other video, and I'll get it on there as fast as I can. But I would like to welcome all my new members. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell. Look at this Sasquatch here. Look at the side profile view of him. Check him out. He's got a little juvenile on his head sprawled out. That's the side view of him. Let me go here to edit. So, so his head's like that. See his eyebrow ridge right there. See his eyes. There's his nose. There's his lip. Back there behind that brush pile. And then there's another Sasquatch right here. And there's its copper eye watching me. It's just facing this way, squatted down on one knee. And then here's the little juvenile on his head. You can see his head right there sitting. There's his eyes. Let me take those markups off here now. You know where they are. Look at that. I'm going to try to clean that up a little bit before I finish the video. Just amazing. There we go. Look at that. I think there's 3 of them there. There's one there facing me. There's one sideways and then one turned right here. Just amazing. And then the little one on the head there, sitting on top of the body there. Alright, family, I'll get this other video up on the channel. Bear with me here. Have a good night. Peace.